Welcome to the BrightWord Books Podcast, where we highlight impactful voices and the stories behind the books. I'm your host, Chris Dabbs, and in today's episode, we're joined by Alvin Armany, author of Flipping Dirt for Cash, a straightforward, experience-based guide to real estate investing. Alvin walks us through how he got started, what he learned along the way, and how he turned basic knowledge into real cash flowing success in land flipping. If you've ever thought about diving into real estate but didn't know where to begin, this conversation is for you. So, Alvin, great. Thanks for joining us. What inspired you to write Flipping Dirt for Cash? And what does the title mean to you kind of personally?
So I got started. So I was trying to flip a house in Philadelphia, and I couldn't because I overpriced the house. I did comparison. I did 5 comparisons. So I was really scared. And I spoke to the owner, who makes a decision, what price? He said he wasn't sure. But then he said 50,000. And I agreed to it. But it didn't work out. So I had to think of something. When I tried to sell it to a cash buyer, it didn't work out. So what I did was I changed the idea of not doing houses, but doing lands. Lands are much easier. So land, I could have someone call each owner in Fiverr and find out which land needs to be flipped to build a new construction in a new construction neighborhood. So it helps build the community very well.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I get that. So basically, what you're doing is you're not like keeping the land. I think in the UK we call it land banking. So you're not doing that, are you? But because you're trying to flip it very quickly. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm trying to flip it quickly. Like I flipped this to a builder that wants to build a house on it.
So how do you go around finding these properties?
You look up on Zillow. That's like a free stuff. You would look at the comparison, how much houses are sold, and at the same time, you're looking at comparison how much empty properties are being sold. So you would look and you would make a decision how much the house needs to be sold. How much is the land that needs to be sold?
Yeah. And so do you buy and you do the deal with the property owner, right? I guess who if they've got a house on the lot.
Well, you have somebody, you hire an acquisition manager.
Oh yeah, right.
From Fiverr. Like you can hire somebody from Fiverr to do all the paperwork. Really less money, and you're helping them, paying their bills and all that. So they'll be happy to do it. They advertise themselves to be found acquisition manager.
Oh, okay, right. That's interesting, isn't it? So when you started out with land flipping, did you have any problems at first? And how did you deal with those?
At first, I didn't know what I was doing. Like I know I have to find land, but I have to sell it. So I couldn't find it. So at first I didn't know how to look up on Zillow. I didn't know the comparison. I had to go to a lot of meetings to find out. And then finally I put it all together. I bought
so it
like
works.
a lot of subjects, a lot of schools, almost like I built up to like a $10,000 credit card. So, and I finally, let me do it myself. And I see it free on the internet, but when people search, I like to charge, with respect,
I'm with you. So, your book then, it sounds really good. Who are you aiming it for then? What, beginners or investors or
These
somewhere
are
like
for
that?
just beginners, people who just want to know about the book.
Yeah.
Just to read about book, just to read something about it.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to do comparison. They don't know how to do with land and houses. You look at the same time, the land and houses, which is being sold the most. And you see where high and selling and sold.
So obviously your book helps for them to learn how to do all of this. But what are people thinking about? Do they have any sort of like bad ideas about flipping land? I
Yes.
mean,
What it is now laws are changing because I said in the book you need like lawyers
yeah,
for different states. Some states they don't allow wholesaling, so you would have to fund the deal. So you would have to hire Fiverr to call up like somewhere like privatelending.com, private lenders to fund the deal. And this way the government doesn't bother because wholesaling in some parts of the law, some parts of the state, it's illegal. So by putting the book that you would have to hire a lawyer depending on the law of the of the state. And I'm starting out in Michigan. I wanted to start out in New York, but the Fiverr guy said it would be very, very hard. So I'm starting out in Michigan, Detroit.
and there's lots of land in Michigan and Detroit, I guess, to flip like this, right?
Yes.
So what sort of land then offers the most money, the best
Uh
profits for you?
lots.
Yeah.
Lots that are near houses that are being sold. So you look for builders. Builders love lots. This way could build a house on it.
So these lots, how do they become vacant? I think that's the point.
You see them on Zillow.
Yeah.
Like first you see it on Zillow. You talk to the seller to lower it. If not, if you can't find on Zillow, then you go to like PropWire, PropStream, um, maybe Craigslist. Craigslist is free, but PropStream and PropWire is a lot of money.
Yeah, they want to make their money as well, don't they?
Yeah, I didn't put that in the book because I wanted people to get it for free.
Yeah.
Charge small amount of money for free stuff.
Yeah, too right. No, that's good. That's good. So, you when you say that you've had to use lawyers and stuff like that, I mean, I guess it's really important to use lawyers, right? So what are
Well,
your
some states you
key?
don't need a lawyer. Some states you don't need a lawyer. Like Michigan, Detroit, you just need a title agent. That's it. And you
Right.
can do it in like within a month.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Within a
All
month.
right. Yeah, because you want to make sure you got the title and everything correct, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, it would be a real problem. Okay. So
Yes.
tell us about a land deal, right, that went really super well, and that you and you were amazed at and you're really proud of. Or tell us
I
about one that went wrong.
I bought one in Florida, but I was so nervous that I fell behind credit cards to pay for it, but I managed to pay for it. You know what I mean? I made a mistake on it, but then I lost the property and I lost the money that I put down on it. So it's all right. I learned. Yeah, I had to learn from my mistake to understand the land because I didn't understand nothing about lots. I didn't understand anything about builders, but I learned. That's the most important thing. I learned from my mistake.
Good on you, Alvin. Yeah, absolutely. That's the point, isn't it? Right? You got to move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And so, okay, you've mentioned a few websites there already. What about software and stuff like that? Do you have to use
Well,
software?
now I'm starting in Detroit, and I had Fiverr where they teach me how to wholesale,
Right.
like for less money, what I learned in the past, and they gave me like zip codes today to look up. I don't have the zip code with me, but I looked up the zip codes and I agree. Okay, that's cool. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Wow. Okay. So that's how you can spot this
Yeah, you
land
could
that's
ask
worth
Fiverr
buying.
to help you out, but you have to pay a little bit of money. But I see, I wrote the book free. This way,
Yeah.
you can look up free stuff for a certain
Yeah.
amount of money. Because a
Yeah. A
lot of people
little.
don't know the keyword defining the stuff.
Yeah. No, it sounds great. Okay. Well, obviously you're talking about free stuff and learning and things like that. So, what do you reckon that people need to be concentrating on to learn now to be successful like you in real estate?
You're helping the economy, making money. You're building a house, you're building a person that's paying tax for the house. So you're helping someone out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're paying
Yeah.
tax. Whenever they pay tax, the government makes money. When somebody moves in and the house is built, paying tax and building, everybody gets paid.
And also, people have got somewhere to live, right? So,
Yeah,
that's good as
people
well.
live.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you think that the future of land, of investing in land, is looking good, basically?
Yeah, it's looking good because it's always something to build. It's always something to build. Always, that's where the money is. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's always a lot of buildings and people always want new buildings. They don't want old buildings. They want to move into a new building. Always young people growing up, always wanting new buildings.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Okay, great. So, if someone finishes your book today, right, what is your take? What are you telling them to do tomorrow? So they've got to get started, right? I guess.
Build a team.
Ah,
Build a team. That's all. Just build a team and just learn from it.
okay. So what's the first step they should do to build the team?
Well, build a team. And before you build a team, you come to me and I have an education to teach.
Yeah,
And education, I'd be a couple words. Sometimes they're like the groups, the training. That's why I offer schooling. So I would bring them to a meeting, up to their choice if they want to go to a meeting, a seminar.
yeah.
So a seminar where they get together and learn from this stuff. We go out once in a while, things like that.
Great. So you're like a brilliant mentor, right? And a teacher.
Yes,
Excellent.
yes.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Well, Alvin, listen, we've run out of time, but that's all for today on the BrightWord Books podcast. Special thanks to Alvin Armany for sharing his thoughts and a story behind flipping dirt for cash. Now, listen, his experience offers a grounded and practical take on building wealth through land investment. And if you'd like to read more, Flipping Dirt for Cash is available now on Amazon. So thanks for tuning in. Be sure
No
to
problem.
follow or subscribe for more author spotlights. And until next time, keep turning the page towards possibility. Thanks again, Alvin. It's been
Thank
great
you.
talking
Thank you
to you.
very much.
Okay, take it easy. Bye.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.